Freedom! In my hand, I hold a rose. It is the finest flower that grows. Through this rose, innate intelligence has demonstrated evolution, life, love, and loyalty. Once the slip, then the leaves, then the bud, then the rose, then odor and beauty. As innate has materialized, grown, symbolized, and epitomized life, love, and loyalty in this rose to you, so does the rose from me to you symbolize my growth, life, love, and loyalty for you and each of you. As innate gave this rose to me, so do I give this rose to you, pledging to you and each of you my everlasting love, loyalty, life, and undying friendship. That was a poem by B.J. Palmer. The story goes that B.J. often sent a note in a red rose attached to the envelope to friends and colleagues, until the post office made him stop attaching roses to the front of the envelope. Seeing as it's November, I wanted to give thanks for the many things I'm thankful for in my chiropractic life. First off, I want to say I'm thankful for my viewers for continuing to view. Next, I'm thankful for D.D. Palmer, B.J. Palmer, Reggie Gold, Joe Strauss, Joe Donofrio Sr., Mark Romano, Arno Bernier, Guy Reekman, and many other chiropractors who molded me into the chiropractor I am today as I was going through the chiropractic curriculum. I learned early on in my education that I needed a curriculum outside of the chiropractic curriculum if I was going to be the chiropractor I needed to be. So my curriculum involved reading green books and blue books to further my knowledge and understanding of this thing we call chiropractic. I traveled to visit offices and experience chiropractic events. I worked on my skills as an adjuster and as a communicator. I studied the science to be able to communicate the relatability of the science when it comes to chiropractic. When I entered chiropractic school, I was mistaken, like so many others, that the responsibility of the schools was to make me into a successful chiropractor. However, the only responsibility of the schools is to give the graduate the ability to get a license. That's it. So it amazes me how many students graduate and think that they have the understanding to run a successful chiropractic practice that their school did not prepare them for. It's no wonder that the vast majority of the profession has sold out to the medical machine. Please, please, please find a chiropractor that resonates with you and shadow them or work for them for at least a few years after graduating. How you practice your first 2 years out of school will more than likely be how you will be practicing the rest of your career. I'm thankful for the experience and the opportunity I had after leaving school. It may not have been perfect, but has prepared me for what has come since and has led me to the successful, pure, unadulterated practice that I currently have. Now that I've went off on a tangent, let's get back to what this episode is about. I'm thankful for the pioneers in the profession that led to this beautiful thing we call chiropractic. Chiropractic is probably the greatest discovery in the last century. I'm so thankful for this idea and concept that led me to this understanding of where life and ultimately health come from. I'm so thankful for being able to apply these ideas and concepts to free the nervous systems of human beings to allow them to function at their optimum potential. I'm thankful for BJ with Reggie's clarification that led me to understand that after the application of the adjustment, the rest is up to the innate intelligence of the receiver's body. This understanding keeps me from carrying all the burden of if the receiver does or doesn't get better. The best we can be is a part of the adjustment, which does not give you a pass at crafting your skills to be the best deliverer of the adjustment. I'm so thankful for this understanding. I'm also thankful for Delta Sigma Chi, which is why I'm wearing the Delt wear today, whose purpose is to provide service and support for the founding principles of chiropractic and to advance the science and art of chiropractic by providing educational programs and leadership for the chiropractic profession. Delta Sigma Chi pushed me to be the best version of myself while in school and continues to do even after 20 years of practice. If you're in school and a Delta Sigma Chi is in your school, I encourage you to find out why it's great to be a Delt for yourself. I'm thankful that I was in school at the time that I was. There was a straight movement in the profession at the time. And I'm thankful for the exposure to the speakers and the experiences of the time that it has transformed me into the chiropractor I am today. It was an amazing time to be a part of the profession. I'm also thankful for my dynamic essential family. They've always been welcoming to me even when I was hard to be welcoming to. DE is a powerful catalyst for personal change and growth. The DE program developed for chiropractic professionals and their administrative staff will enable you to renew your sense of direction and incorporate a firm belief in yourself, thereby achieving your individual and professional goals. DE is more than just a platform for quality speakers and practice building ideas. DE is an experience which will have a positive and profound effect on all aspects of your personal and professional life. I've been attending DE for over a decade now and would recommend it to anyone who wants to become the best version of themselves. I'm also thankful for my newest family, the Mile High crew. Mile High is an annual event that brings together chiropractors and their teams from all over the world to deepen their philosophical understanding, expand their vision, enhance their business strategies, and train their team. I've only been attending Mile High for less than 5 years now, but would recommend others to go that are interested in becoming the best chiropractor they can be. I'm thankful that I never had to compromise this wonderful thing we call chiropractic. I've never taken one single dollar from the medical machine. This idea that we call chiropractic is so big that I'd rather work another job while practicing than to compromise. I'm thankful that I never had to do either, but would have gladly taken another job so as not to compromise the practice of chiropractic, and will continue to practice it without compromise. I know when it comes to practice, you ultimately have a choice. I want you to consider what your practice might look like if you chose to practice chiropractic in its purity. Imagine if you put in the struggles and the sacrifices to create the practice that serves the people in the same capacity that you serve yourself and your own family, week after week, year after year, decade after decade. My hope is that these videos help others so their struggles and sacrifices won't be as extreme as mine. Don't get me wrong, there will be struggles and sacrifices. Be thankful for them. Now, I'd also like to say I'm thankful for the sacrifices that I made to create the practice that I've created. I'm thankful for my struggles of building the non-therapeutic practice that I've built, which reminds me of another poem, Test of a Man by O. Lawrence Hawthorne. There's little satisfaction to be gained from doing things that hold no difficulties. It's a tough old task that brings keen sense of worth and power to the man who wins the fight. His failures test his courage and his problems prove his might. Until a man has conquered loss and overcome defeat, he cannot fully understand just why success is sweet. I'm thankful for my disappointments, for the battles lost, and for mistakes that seem to charge an overwhelming cost. I'm thankful for the days of doubt when it was hard to see that all things work together for the good that is to be. I'm glad for all that life has brought, because today I know that men must brave adversities if they would greater grow. So put in the effort to create the purity of chiropractic in your practice and experience what a practice can be like without compromise. Sure, there'll be struggles and sacrifice if you want to do it right. That's why so many haven't created practices without compromise. However, with these struggles and sacrifices comes freedom!